Lesson 3. Beginning of Persecution. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma akhrijna min zulumatil wahm wa akrimna binuril fahm. Allahumma aftah alayna abwaba rahmatik wanshur alayna khazaina ulumik birahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Welcome to Lesson 3, Beginning of Persecution, of Module 2 on the prophetic period in Mecca of the course on Siratun Nabi. Then one after another came the divine commands. Fasda' bima tu'mar, disclose what has been ordained to thee. Ya ayyuhal muddathir, qum fa'anzir, wa rabbaka fakabbir, wa thiyabaka fatahhir, والرجز فاهجر ولا تمنن تستكثر ولربك فاصبر. O thou wrapped in thy mantle, arise and warn, and thy Lord do magnify, and thy raiment do purify, and uncleanness do shun, and show not favor seeking gain, and for the sake of thy Lord be patient. So the method to be employed was ادع إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة وجادلهم بالتي هي أحسن. Call to the way of thy Lord with wisdom and goodly exhortation, and dispute with them in the best way. The Prophet proclaimed the oneness of God in the Kaaba. The Quraysh were aghast. Till then, they had held the Prophet and his followers in contemptuous disdain, but now they were genuinely alarmed. The new movement amounted to a denunciation of their forefathers. It meant determination in one stroke of their authority and privilege as the guardians of the Kaaba. The Quraysh retaliated violently. A life and death struggle for Islam ensued. The Prophet was not allowed to worship in the Kaaba. Thorns were strewn in his way. Dirt and filth were thrown at him while he was engaged in prayers, and street urchins were incited to follow him, shouting and clapping their hands in derision. He and his followers were subjected to all types of calumnies and humiliation. They were taunted and insulted. Oppression and relentless persecution were let loose. And in an effort to force believers to renounce the new faith and to go back to the old cults, they were subjected to extremes of physical torture. They were mercilessly beaten, made to lie on burning sand, while heavy blocks of stones were placed on their chests, or nooses were put around their necks and their bodies dragged. One of the faithful, Yasir by name, succumbed to this tortures, and when his wife Sumayya, an African, protested, her legs were tied to two camels, and the animals were driven to opposite directions, tearing her body in halves. These were the first cases of martyrdom in the cause of Islam. The believers, under the inspiration of their great teacher, were, however, fired with holy zeal. They braved all persecutions and danger and bore up against all agonies and tortures. Next meeting, we will deal with the first and second hijras to Abyssinia, inshallah. For more similar lessons, subscribe to Wayfaring with Mansoor channel. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.